You know, a funny thing happened when I was doing the live stream the other day. And make sure you join me and the other contributors every Friday and Tuesday night at 9:30 on Nation TV. But when we were doing the live stream and we went to the gun memorial, one thing jumped out at me as I looked back over it, and it was just crazy because all the NBA players are so woke and they're so um, you know speaking about what's going on in the country. Well, you have this kid, Devin Dwayne Myers, 17. He's a high school basketball star. He was killed. He was whacked out. And there's been an arrest made in this shooting. And I didn't hear any NBA players talking about this.
Teenager is gunned down in Shreveport's Queensboro neighborhood. NBC6's Jay Shakur tells us more about the young man and the latest on the investigation in tonight's top story.
Shreveport police say 17-year-old Devin Myers was shot multiple times in the back. It happened Thursday at noon on Lillian Street. Myers died on the scene.
Just up in my mom's home, and I was helping her out, and I actually saw I actually heard the shots, and when I heard the shots, I looked out the window, and I saw the body laying on the ground, so I actually ran downstairs, and I ran out to see.
People who knew him say Myers had left school early to get a haircut.
Devin was a good kid. Had a bright future for as basketball is concerned. Had the opportunity to come in contact with him in 8th grade at Fair Park Middle School. And he just was a tremendous talent.
So this is his basketball coach. I wonder if any of the NBA players reached out to his basketball coach, and he reached out to his mom, made a donation, RIP tweet, anything. This is a high school basketball star with a bright future.
Myers was a starter for the Huntington basketball team. This happened the day before he was set to play in the LHSAA quarterfinals. Huntington's girls basketball team honored Devin before their semifinals game. Lady Raiders head coach Brian Shine expressed his frustration with the city's gun violence.
Stop the senseless gun violence, man. Like please. Like, it's affecting more than just you. It's affecting our kids, our city.
Some men are cowards, and I don't blame this guy for being a coward, because he knows if he says anything really, really harsh, the sister brigade is going to come down on him, and he's going to be called he's the coach of the ladies basketball team. If he says anything halfway real about what's going on down there in this little Louisiana town, Shreveport, sisters are gonna excoriate, and he can be canceled. He ain't 50 Cent or some big superstar that transcends being canceled. This guy can be canceled. So he got to give a little pointless. I mean, he should have wasted he should have saved his breath. This was a pointless thing he said right here.
Stop the senseless gun violence, man. Like please. Like, it's affecting more than just you. It's affecting our kids, our city.
Police confirmed this makes the city's 13th homicide so far this year. Jay Shakur, NBC6 News.
It was just absolutely tragic.
So they say 13 people have been killed in Shreveport this year. Let's see what the ones who've been killed by guns look like. A Devin, a Germond, a Regmond, a Tomel, a Germond, two Germonds, God, a Roderick, a Jacorius, a Sean Dwayne, a Quan Lee, a DeAnthony, a Jacoby Tyon, and then look, we got a Tony here, an Hombrito. He was in the back seat of his father's car. His brother accidentally shot him with a gun. Damn, so basically all 13 of their homicides was with guns. Well, anyway, back to the gun memorial. And I noticed something as we went down here, and we went down on the gun memorial. I noticed that just the day before, like that was Thursday, this is Wednesday, another basketball star high school basketball star was murdered in this great United States of America, in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. This kid, he had he committed to Southwestern Illinois College, so he had a scholarship. He was going to play ball at Southwestern Illinois College. Okay, so it says a man died following a shooting Wednesday night outside Casey's General Store on Fort Campbell Boulevard. Hopkinsville Police Sergeant Shannon Wells says shots were fired into the automobile and the victim then drove away from the scene, with multiple people reportedly observed fleeing the area on foot. So people shot up his car, they fled on foot, and our buddy here drove away. Shot up. The victim was located when his vehicle crashed into two other vehicles and a duplex near the intersection of East 21st and South Virginia Street. The shooting victim was transported to Tenova Health Hospital in Clarksville, where he was pronounced deceased. Two people in one of the other automobiles were taken to Jeannie Stewart Medical Center, according to Hopkinsville Fire and EMS. Lieutenant Peyton Rogers, who says no one in the home was injured and that the building sustained no structural damage. Sergeant Wells says HPD was looking for a potential suspect in the shooting. Police have not released names of those involved. So our buddy, he got shot and killed. We don't know what he was into, but he had a scholarship to go play ball. Didn't hear anything about this. No NBA players talked about this. They didn't see themselves in him. That couldn't have been them. It's only crackheads and addicts fighting with police and ODing with police and people, career criminals. That's the only time they ever say that could have been me. This kid, they haven't heard anybody say. Any athlete say that could have been me, even though this really could have been all of them growing up. So back to the gun memorial. And as we go through this gun memorial, you go on, and you go down the same day, and you got Kenyon Johnson, another ball player. He was killed with another teen, a 15-year-old. Him and the 15-year-old were killed in Summerville, South Carolina. Did you hear about the two teens, and one of them was a basketball player that were killed in Summerville? Anybody heard about that? The Berkeley County Coroner's Office has released the names of two teens dead after a shooting incident in Sangaree area on Wednesday night. Officials said Friday, 15-year-old Malachi Travion Mazik of Somerville was pronounced dead that night, while 18-year-old Kenyon Johnson of Goose Creek succumbed to his injuries the following morning. Around 9 p.m. Wednesday, authorities responded to the Brighton Park emergency room after the two arrived with gunshot wounds. Deputies say they believe the teens were shot in the parking lot of the Sangaree Library. The shooting remains under investigation. So, wow, this kid died along with this kid. Malachi Travion Magic, 15. And I'm going to stop here, but I'm sure if I go further, we'll see more athletes getting killed. But I just wanted to stop there because that was really what, when I was just going through, I was like, wow, wait a second. We had 3 basketball players, high school basketball players killed, and these are legit. These aren't McDonald's All-Americans or anything, but, these are players, guys that can play ball. It's crazy, man. Make sure you get in the comment section, hit the like button, and check out the merch store. We got a lot of good merch in the merch store. So link is in the description. Check out the merch store. Wow. And it's probably like this every day, like if you really just look into it, every day there's probably some high school basketball player getting killed in the stand somewhere. And when you think about it like that, if you're a basketball player and you speak on one, then the next day there's another one, and the next day there's another one, and the next day there's another one, the other one every day, it can be exhausting. But still, it's so many basketball players active and retired. And you never hear any of them ever speak on any of these. So that's what I'm saying. I could get like one guy getting worn out, like, R.I.P. this kid, R.I.P. to this kid, R.I.P. to this kid. Donation to this kid's go for me. Donation to this kid. Pay for this kid's funeral. Pay for that kid's funeral. I could get that if one of them was just like, look, man, I ain't even opening that door because it's never ending. It's a rabbit hole. But the fact that none of them, active, retired, none of them ever mention any of these kids ever. That's a character issue, man. The NBA got terrible characters, man. Get in the comment section. Like, subscribe, donate. Peace. I'm out.